Hello, this is Kym Watson of Easy Trader giving you your weekly review of the key economic data which is due to be released. Okay, before I get on with this week, let's have a quick look at last week, and it was all about Wednesday last week. We had the UK jobs figures that come out pretty much in line with little in the way of volatility from that. We then had the Bank of England minutes from the interest rate decision meetings. Again, no surprises there. And then in the evening at 6 o'clock we had the FOMC statement where there was a bit of a surprise. We had a dissenter in the voting, so we had a dove amongst the voters suggesting that we shouldn't be tapering, or the Fed shouldn't be tapering so much. Also, there was the unemployment threshold was dropped to 6.5, and also, as expected, there was the increased tightening of the asset purchases by another 10 billion. Now, the unemployment threshold was dropped as a single figure of 6.5, and they're going to look at, they formally announced that they're going to be including a number of measures, including the labour market conditions and inflation, etc. So there'll be a number of factors that are taken into account, as opposed to just looking at one number, which was a bit of a strange one in the first place. Now, Yellen upset the markets. I say upset the market. She surprised people in the Q&A. She seemed somewhat shocked. I was watching the TV of Yellen giving her statement or the Q&A answers, and she seemed somewhat stunned at the question of how long is a long period in terms of keeping interest rates down low, and she said, well, 6 months could be a long time, and it sort of really threw people. So what that really points to, the market's taking it that interest rates could be increased sometime very late this year or into early next year. Now, that's always been on the agenda, or the potential, so it's nothing particularly new. I think she just really got caught out of the question, which you would have expected her to be ready for. Anyway, let's look ahead. Now, it's a very quiet week in terms of economic data, and I put the big but. The Ukrainian situation continues. It seems to be heating up with the banter that's going back and forth. So that may create increased volatility at different times, and it's the big unknown, unfortunately. Looking forward then, and Monday 24th of March, now we've already had these releases come out as I'm recording this. I'm a little bit late this week. We've had the manufacturing services figure, both the French, German and the European numbers come out. French was a positive surprise, the first growth in terms of services, I think, for 24 months, and I think it's 6 months for manufacturing, somewhere in that way. So, but it was, both were positive. That was above the 50% level. The German flash manufacturing services both disappointed, coming in still above the key 50% level, but less than expected. So there was a disappointment and a continued sell-off following that this morning. Coming into tomorrow, we've got the US consumer confidence figures coming out at 2 o'clock. Not a great mover in past, and in fact, I mean, it's always highlighted as a key figure, but in the current situation, there's little in the way of movement that we're seeing, or volatility in the currencies when this is being released. Moving into Wednesday, again, this used to be a really key number that we're looking at the core figures, so it takes out the aircraft sales. But this has really disappointed for quite some time now, and the emphasis on it seems to have dropped, and the volatility hence has also reduced. Moving into Thursday, we've got the UK retail sales. Again, it's not really generated much in the way of movement. So long as there seems to be this sort of extended period of low interest rates, whatever's happening in a lot of these figures, they're having a much lesser effect on the markets, and I don't expect a massive move from this, but we may increase volatility as the markets are quiet. These figures may give a little bit more of a bump than normal, but it certainly makes it very difficult for trading them. And then on Friday, there's no significant news at all, so I suggest we all go down the pub early. Okay, that's it for the coming week. Hope you have a great one. I'll be back next week. Bye for now.